Hi there, guys.
The
my name is Stuart Goodwin on Stu Chats With, and this man who's laughing during my intro is Pedro Barbosa. And look at him, he's still laughing. And dude, look at you, you're wearing shorts to an interview.
Dude, and I tore, as I was getting out of the
torn
car,
shorts.
I tore it, yeah. Can you believe it?
Well, guys, it's 33 degrees in Joburg. Look at these beautiful white, I don't know if you can see my beautiful.
Must I hold them for you?
It's hot, so we're wearing shorts.
Yeah, I know.
Pedro, thank you for joining us.
Thanks, bud. Thanks for having me.
Really nice to
finally
see you
again.
Yeah, it's been a long time. It's been a long time. So you're saying off camera, how many gigs this month?
31 gigs, if I'm not mistaken.
31 gigs.
November. Yeah.
That's more than one a day.
Theoretically.
How do you do it?
I don't know. I wasn't joking when I was talking about cortisone. Like May, I had a big issue with I don't know. I got a bit sick and I had too many gigs and I had to actually go on a cortisone schedule thing, which wasn't fun. But it was the first time in my life where I actually had pain on my vocals singing, so it scared the crap out of me.
So now the cortisone thing, I mean, does that just sorts out everything? I mean, it's a steroid.
Yeah, it is a steroid.
That just sort of loosens everything up and calms everything down.
Basically, it's actually a bad thing. You know Mark Billing?
Yeah.
Do you remember Mark had to have a throat operation? One of the reasons apparently was because of taking cortisone over and over throughout the years.
Right.
So it kind of like almost like covers the problem, but you're not sorting it out.
Right.
So if you use it too often, then it becomes a problem.
So and you got the nodules from.
He got the nodules. I think one of the reasons was
wear
that.
and tear.
Because what it does is it kind of loosens the from what I understand, loosens the vocal cords, but the inflammation is still there. And so there's still pressure and whatever the case may be, and that's where the problem comes in. So I've taken it once this year, and I was like, and I gained 9 kilos, bro. I used to look like Superman. Look at me now.
I still think you're beautiful.
Thanks, Stu.
No, nothing. All right, enough about your nodules and your cortisone.
Did we have a moment there?
It was almost semi-moment.
I wish.
Let's talk about music.
Yeah, what is it? Oh, yes, yeah.
Music.
In cars.
When did you start
I was
music?
16 years old.
Yeah.
Fell in love with a girl. And I started writing, actually, before I started playing. So I started writing about my emotions and stuff like that. And then I was in Portugal, and I came to Mozambique. I was in Portugal on holiday and came to Mozambique, and I was showing it to a friend, and he played guitar. And he's like, dude, this looks like a verse and a chorus or like a song. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, no, try and sing it. I'm like, dude, I don't sing. He's like, just sing it. Okay. So I started singing, and then he played something, and I was like, okay, this is actually quite cool. So I decided, no, I don't want someone else playing for me, so I'm going to need to learn guitar.
Yeah.
So my parents got me like a small tiny little nylon string guitar, and I started playing. Within like 3 months, I knew how to play all the basic chords. It's funny enough, I think guitar almost came more naturally for me than singing, actually.
Okay.
It was easier.
Which is unusual.
It is, yeah. It was, And so my first couple of songs, it was actually original songs that I wrote, and I remember, what's the first song you've ever learned, dude?
House of the Rising Sun.
Okay, you were good. Mine was Knock on Heaven's Door. GDC, GDA. I don't even think we played the A minor. It's just GDC version. And I remember writing a song over that, and using like other artists influences kind of thing. So I remember the song, "Ooh baby, I love your way." So I kind of used a little bit of that, incorporated into the Knock on Heaven's Door, and came up with something. And, and that's how it all started, man. And my third show though, when I started playing, I played for 6,000 people.
Third show, 6,000 people.
So I was thrown deep in. I was very lucky to play with
the deep end of
dude.
Note. Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, and I'll never forget. I'm on stage. I've always been a big kid. I wasn't fat like I'm now, but luckily I played sports those days. But anyway, and I remember the people in the bottom are going, "Hey, big guy, come on, show us what you got." And I thought, oh my soul, dude, I was like so nervous, dude. And And then I told the guys, listen, I went to the band, I was like, guys, we need to impress them. You know, I'm 17 years old, you know.
Yeah.
We need to impress them, like, you know, need to do. So the guys have experience, so they said, Pedro, just sing Summer 69 for them quickly. And I started with that. And they go, oh, big guy can sing. Big guy can sing. I was like, thank you for saving me. But anyway, so then went on. I came here to study music. I did 3 years of jazz. Then I went
where?
at a contemporary music college, small little college.
Yeah.
And then I went to Musicians Institute in the States, and I did professional songwriting and I did production. I did the Encore program. Actually, I went in for the RAP, but a lot of the subjects I'd already done here.
Okay.
So I was like, no, I want to do something that I haven't done. So I did the production, I did professional songwriting, single string improv, and what other? So stuff around there.
Yeah.
It was cool. I had a lesson with Marty Friedman from Megadeth, bro.
Personal,
No
in
jokes.
person.
Yeah, and look, it was a group. It was 6 of us, but yeah, he was the
I still can't get over his funny.
dude. I asked him that. I was like, how? And he's like, I just got used to it.
Yeah,
you know?
it's just what he did.
It's like, dude. And you know what's worse? It's like you're sitting with him and you're like supposed to pay attention. You're like,
Yeah.
how's that thing move so?
You're supposed to be listening or watching his left hand. Everyone watches his right hand.
No, it's like, But so
So rad though. Eh?
that was very cool. Yeah.
What a player. Wow.
And dude, and after Megadeth, what I realized, because at that point
Was that while he was in Megadeth?
no.
Or just after?
This was 2004. So he was already he was staying in he was actually told us he was living in Hong Kong or Japan or something like that. Yeah. And and his style of music was more kind of like a Steve Vai thing as well. We started getting a lot very like Oriental kind of lines and stuff.
Yeah, he seriously studied Japanese
Dude,
scales
it's like
and stuff. Yeah.
weird, very, very nice, very melodic, but very like weird stuff.
Out
But,
there,
yeah.
Okay. And then you came back to SA?
Yeah, came back here. I taught for about 4 years, and then I killed cockroaches for a while because music wasn't easy. So I was in the pest control business, and then I did video editing for a while I was still playing. That's when I started with Mrs. B and stuff like that. And then in 2009, I created a concept team building, which was one of 5 companies in the world. There were 4 overseas that we could find online. And we did a team building using songwriting. So basically, we would come to our office, and I am still such a quick songwriter. Like I can come up with an idea very quickly and write it down.
We'll talk about that in a second in more detail. Yeah.
Okay, and so I developed that concept, and I started writing songs for corporates, and we did that for a couple of years.
Just for company anthems and what?
Yeah, like I wrote for South Africa song, and they when they launched the range, like my car, the Ranger, the original one, they wanted to create like a team building thing because they've got 2 factories, one in Silverton, one in PE. Yeah, and they wanted to show to both, you know, because these workers never met these ones, that they create something, you know, that's unique. I mean, obviously they see the car, but they wanted to just show in a different, cortisone. And so basically they took, they're like, can you guys write a song? So we told them, look, we can't write the song with you guys. We can write the song prior and then record it with you guys, but involve everyone in the process. So basically we created all these different kind of whatever you required, we could create, you know, but this project was insane. It was like 3 months of logistics. We had to rent satellite links. We had to rent 6 different network providers. Lani van der Walt was involved. Chris was involved because we needed like different stations in case one packed up on the recording. We need to have another one that's, you know, so it was like insane. I think it was, but it was a great experience. I don't want to do it again though. It's like one of those, you know. It was awesome. And then we wrote the song and recorded. It was 1,800 people in Pretoria. So me and Chris were in Pretoria, and so basically we got 1,800 people inside a freaking factory, bro. You know what a nightmare recording that was.
Doesn't have nice acoustics.
Exactly. So we had microphones lined up. I had to go in to check like how can we do placements and stuff like that. So researching all that, and then
what a mission!
Dude, it was hectic. And in PE, Bradley went down, the drummer for Mrs. B, who was my business partner. They went down with Lani van der Walt, and they recorded down there. So they clapped and stomped rhythms, but this was done in 48 minutes. Because if the factory closes for more than 48 minutes, they lose money, dude. So we had I think it was 30 minutes. We recorded the stuff, and then they had like these the speeches and stuff like that in
Yeah.
between. So that gave us time to mix and master the song, because it had to play live to Australia and I don't know where the other
Wow.
factories are.
Yeah, wow.
Australia, Thailand, and I don't know. Anyway, so it was like a hectic freaking dude. And 48 minutes it had to be ready. So the people walked out hearing the song and singing,
Done,
which was
finished.
awesome, dude.
That's
It was like
brilliant,
such a cool
eh?
feeling. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So stuff like that, yeah.
Yeah,
And then then I started Barbosa Experience just after that.
So sorry, let's go back to Mrs. B.
Mm-hmm.
Mrs. B started when, 2005 or 4 or something?
Mrs. B actually started 2002 for a recital project for the drummer Bradley. That's when we started. Like we just jammed for the recital, and all of a sudden we were like, dude, we learned like 10 songs. We might as well start a band. You know?
Yeah.
So we started playing, and we did covers only, and then I think did it for a year and a half, and then we broke up, or 2 years, I'm not sure. No, it must have been because when I went to the States and then I came back, we kind of had split up already. And then 2006, I called Bradley, and he was in England. I told him, listen, dude, I want to bring back the guys from Mrs. B, but I want to do originals. You interested?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. So he flew down. But he wasn't in time to record the album, so Jurich from Not My Dog actually tracked the drums.
Oh, okay.
And then Sean did the guitars, and the rest of the guys that were, you know. And then we started. Yeah, I think 2007 we released the album. And yeah, and that's when the band actually, till 2012, 2013.
So about then, yeah.
Yeah.
And now let's talk a little bit more about, before we go into Barbosa Experience, let's talk about songwriting.
Yeah.
And tell us about your songwriting process and how you do it, and then let's talk about the songwriting competition that you just entered.
Oh yeah.
And did
Well,
extremely well.
Yeah,
in.
no, yes, I was blessed there. That was
And tell us particularly also how you wrote that song.
the Crazy Love one.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1 second. Should quit smoking. But anyway, I didn't write it like that. I started like that. Okay, so let's go back to Crazy Love. So basically Crazy Love I went through a bit of a phase in my life, went through a divorce, and I met someone, and basically the song is about, you know, that meeting that person, not being sure and stuff like that. The funny thing is, everything in that song is true. There was things in the song that I actually had told the girl, and the thing on the week, it actually happened. But I don't think it was the same sequence of events. You know, you got to restructure the song.
Yeah,
but actually, everything happened. So the song is actually, and I think that's why the song was taken so, because it's so truthful. You know, it's like, and I didn't know, dude. I had no idea. When people tell me like, dude, it's so relatable, I'm like, you guys have issues, you know. So basically, that's and the song was written in like 15 minutes, dude.
Oh, wow.
No jokes. It was a quick song.
And,
I
came
in
lyrically, melodically,
everything,
chords,
everything. The only thing is, I think I went back and just kind of like shaped it. You know how it is. You know, you kind of like, so basically just a normal post-production stuff, where pre-production actually, before you go into studio, where I made certain notes longer. The bridge, for example, when I got that, I didn't have it exactly that. So I just touch it on that. And it was written on guitar. When we went into studio, I told Mark I want it in piano. I don't want it in guitar. And one of the things that Mark did is Mark is an amazing musician, and he can listen to everything more than what I can listen to.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden I go in and play my own song. I was like, what chord is that, dude? And he's like, I followed your melody. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna have to check. So there was like 2 or 3 extra chords that weren't there before, you know.
Yeah.
But that's what production's about, I suppose. But it was awesome. So yeah, it was a very sensitive song. When recording that song was, Mark told me it had to be recorded from top to bottom, no cutaway on that song specifically.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, he told me,
cool.
because it was just piano. He wanted the feeling to cut straight through the song, and the end goes quite like you know. So he wanted that emotion to come through.
Cool. Good
so I had
idea.
to sing the song 9 times, and apparently it took the 3rd take. I was so pissed off. But anyway.
Well, they say it's usually the first or second that gets used.
I was like, and literally what happened actually on the middle of the 2nd take, I started crying. It's because Mark just like, he started like dude, you know, divorce is hectic, and then start going to me like, and I didn't pick it up that he was actually working me in. I thought he was just chatting as a friend, you know, like, you know, this is hard and stuff like that. So it was weird that he picked up the emotion that was used to record the song was not the emotion of actually what I wrote the song about. So, but because he needed that, you know, that kind of, so it's pretty amazing and quite interesting how he worked me into the whole thing. And,
brilliant.
And then I heard from Sito about the ISC. I checked that he had, you know, and I sent him an email, I think I sent him a message or a Facebook message, I can't remember. And I submitted Crazy Love, and I think it was Wait On Me. Wait On Me, I think, made it to the semi-finals, if I'm not mistaken. But I only submitted in one category. And Crazy Love, I had submitted in 3 categories, went in on all 3, or 4, I can't remember now. And then it got added to the Love category, which was the first year that they actually added that on IIC, from what I understood. And that's the category that I won, which was quite nice, because that was, it wasn't like adult contemporary, you just fall under adult contemporary, or best music video, which was all the categories that we were nominated for. That was overall the whole competition. So any love songs, you know, so it was a big, and I got an email from the IC people. They're like, just want to tell you that the people in the office love your song. I was like,
isn't that
dude, I'm even getting this. But so I was like, very,
brilliant.
It was really, really
absolutely
cool.
Brilliant. And
now I think we finalists now on the UK songwriting competition, actually, with the same thing.
With the same song?
Same song, actually.
Okay,
we
fantastic.
finalists, so we'll check now if it's in 3 categories.
But now you've entered that as your solo personal
Yes,
name,
that's my personal. That's a much deeper project, dude. So it's not. I mean, Barbosa Experience focus on more Latin Afro pop kind of vibe. My solo project it's really a very personal thing. I never knew what was going to happen, to be honest with you. I was like, it's stuff that I always wanted to do. It's songs that I'd written, like, you know, some of them ages ago. And like the Journey to Reborn, it's called the Journey to Reborn because it actually is songs prior to Reborn. That's only, it's not, there's no religious connotation. The Reborn factor was just because of the period of what I went through, and I thought, okay, I need to focus, I need to change my life, you know? But it's not actually, but I never thought about that, and I actually thought afterwards, I was like, okay, Reborn, that people might think, but whatever, it's like.
Okay, now before we talk about Barbosa Experience, I want to talk a little bit more in detail about your songwriting. So is Crazy Love the typical kind of themes and way you write a song? Do they generally come to you quickly? Do you just write loads of lyrics first? How do you generally write an album or a bunch of songs?
I don't go and sit down and say, okay, I'm going to write an album. I don't believe in that. One of the things that I learned in the States is that the first thing they told us is, listen, dude, songs, people feel what it's not just, you know, never force a song. Never force a song to come out. So if you're busy writing, sometimes you're sitting and you get an idea and you're writing something, and then all of a sudden you get stuck after the verse. Leave it. Keep that because you think it's nice, keep it, and just go on with your life. And then, but every now and then what I do is I go back and I check out, and I was like, dude, I can relate to that again, you know? And you're like, oh wow, okay, I've got an idea actually. The chorus can actually go here, you know? So it was one thing in the beginning with the Mrs. B days, I did force the stuff a little bit because I felt like I needed
to get it out.
Yeah, I had to get it out, you know. And now I don't. Now, so I've got probably, I'd say 300-400 songs in my computer that I haven't even used.
Oh, really?
But not complete, not all of them
various
complete. In various,
forms.
Not all of them complete and stuff like that.
But that's nice.
It's a great job. I was actually checking because I was busy because I'm a bit paranoid, so I've got like 3 hard drives. Like, okay, if someone breaks the house, you know, at least. And I was actually thinking I must actually upload those folders all into the cloud. It's the best thing to do. But so it's different processes. It happens often, like I'm driving, for example, I'll get an idea, and I'll hear, for example, a beat, and I'll get a melody, and like
and
a
then
hook.
Go over those lyrics.
And then I need to take my phone out and like press the memory and go like ba 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 ba, and you're like sitting and you're like, okay, that's the bass going boom 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 boom, and you're driving and you're like trying to get everything that's in your head onto the thing, and then you get home and you
that's
start
good
working.
advice. I want to talk about that. Is always recording.
Yeah, no, dude.
Carry your phone in, you do those voice notes, record a bass line with your voice, sing a lyric, sing a melody. Yeah.
No, that's one of the things you have to,
Yeah.
dude. But I find myself, I can feel when I want to write.
Yeah,
I can
okay.
feel like okay, this is I need to let something out.
Yeah.
So a lot of times I just go into I've got a little, not studio, like a pre-production room, and I sit down and I just grab the guitar or grab the piano and I start playing stuff, and then something just grabs me and I go, okay, dude. And I always let the music, like the sound, guide me into what I should write, or what I should speak about.
Okay.
Because
so not the other way around.
Yeah. I know a lot of the songwriters in Nashville. A lot of times they come from the lyric side.
Yeah.
Most of the time for me, it's the other way around.
Okay.
And it's easier that way because for me, I always feel like the music must speak something, you know, and everything must just kind of like mold into. So yeah. The only problem is I don't have one style of music that I'm particularly fond of. So,
but that's also good.
Yeah, but it's also like you don't specialize in something, like, you know.
Yeah, but that's
like,
okay. You're good at everything.
What do they say? Jacks of what trades? What's that? I don't even know how that thing goes.
Jack of all trade, master of none.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm worried about.
No, you're a master.
Oh, whatever.
You're a songwriting master.
Thanks, bro.
Let's talk about Barbosa Experience. What's the vibe there? And tell me about that thing you said that you want to do that.
Oh, with the overseas Brazilian, the Brazilian
Afro-Brazilian.
Yeah. Well, Barbosa
project.
Experience is actually, it's a fun project, dude. It's really we started Barbosa Experience recorded an album before I recorded my solo project.
Yeah.
We went to Ilimar and recorded a couple of songs and stuff. But it was always like a fun thing. It's like it's fun aspect, happy music, you know, and that's the target. So it's Latin. We call it Latin Afro Pop, Latin Island Reggae Afro Pop. That's it. Right. So that's the kind of vibe, because none of us can play reggae, none of us can play real African, and we can play kind of pop, and you know.
We're too white.
It's like, dude, it's like the drummer's not even the best drummer in the band, you know. That kind of vibe. So we always joke about that, but it's literally, it's a fun thing, and I love playing with the Oaks because there's no, it's like, I don't think anyone in the band is a perfectionist. We get on stage and we have fun. It's like, so you kind of like just listen. There's no, that kind of vibe. However, we've got a single that is becoming a bit of a problem. We haven't released it.
Okay.
And it's a song called Latin Tune, because we've been checking on the gigs that gets a lot of attention. And now we were talking about the fact that my career is now going, and if we release that single, Barbosa Experience might pick up.
Right.
So now it's like, exactly that dilemma. Dude. It's like, guys, I even told the guys, I think we must change the band's name. They're like, why? It's like, dude, because now Pedro Barbosa Experience, what's the difference? What's going on? And it's literally, this
Call
is a
it
deeper.
Mr. B.
That's actually not a bad idea. Yeah. Do you want to join the band? I hear you might need a new band.
Got a job for me.
I might actually. I don't want to play guitar in the band, so maybe you can take it over.
Okay. Thank you.
There we go, bro. It's done. I'm just trying to tell the guys from Barbosa Experience it's your new guitarist. So that's the kind of, actually it's not it really. I want to play something else, bro. I'm tired of playing guitar in the band.
Accordion. Don't laugh.
No, do you know what? Someone tagged me on Facebook. There's a song, Boer Pompie or something like that.
Pomp my boer.
I don't know. Something with what's the guy's name? Do you know what I'm talking about? I don't know. But I was like, oh, this is actually a good song, dude. And there's accordion in there. I was like, people are going to judge me all over the show. I don't give a crap. But
I've heard some beautiful accordion playing. I've got nothing.
Dude.
Yeah.
No.
Like some artists have given it a bad name, but if it's played well, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, yeah.
I think even on the traditional Afrikaans, like what we call the poppy Afrikaans, it's still cool, man.
Yeah.
I'm not. Yeah. But you want to talk about the Brazilian thing? I'm talking too much here, man.
Yes.
Sorry.
Concentrate.
Yeah, sorry. So basically, I was in Brazil about 4 years ago, and I recorded 4 songs with a band called Passo Largo in Brazil, and a harmonica player called Pablo Fagundes. And basically, we wanted to do a project and it just became a bit hard with, them being there, and I was supposed to go back there, and I didn't get a chance to do it. So we never finished the EP. But I was talking to Pablo actually last week, and we're talking about let's make this a proper thing, Afro Brazil kind of vibe.
Yeah, dude.
So the idea
It'd be
is
amazing.
exactly. So the idea is to actually have like so he wants me to get a percussionist aside, me on vocals and maybe guitar if needed, and then on that side he has Marquinho on guitar and him on harmonica, and then we get a guy called Valerinho on. I don't know if you know what a cavaquinho is.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do know it, yeah.
Thank you.
A customer of mine educated me.
That's it, yeah, because a lot of
Yeah.
people don't know,
Yeah.
don't know. So he plays cavaquinho. It's awesome. I actually
Yeah.
have one. I freaking love that
Yeah,
thing. I still
beautiful.
dominate or even close, but it's such a cool sound.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're planning on finishing that project next year and launching those songs and stuff,
Brilliant,
which is
dude.
going to be like
We need more of that. Did you know the Black Cat Bones might also, I think they're off to Cuba
really
to do like a collab.
yes,
thing,
dude. That's
to do a
good.
song.
That's going to be interesting.
Yeah,
dude.
we need more of that. It's
No,
so
dude.
cool.
And you learn, dude. Those guys, Latin America. It's
Well, they're the best musos in the world, aren't they? The best musos in the world.
like we were talking about earlier. It feels like they're born like
Yeah.
with you know that's there's just something about them.
Well, they've got a natural talent like the Africans do as well. Music's also in their blood, rhythm, you know, and it's the
You're
same
an
with the
African.
South Americans. Yeah.
You're an African. Music is in your blood.
Well, no, I'm the worst. I have no natural
in
rhythm.
blood, or
I have no natural rhythm.
really?
I'm the worst. I'm
Me
a
too.
terrible dancer.
I can.
I'll
dance.
show you afterwards.
No,
Terrible dancer.
We could actually give them one right now, but
Off camera.
Off,
Off camera.
okay, cool. I just love dancing in public, so. But
Naked on tables in nightclubs.
that's not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Akadis has
Yeah.
footage of.
I've also been,
Strapped.
trust me, I've also been naked and strapped. Yeah.
Who hasn't, dude? We probably were together naked and we don't even know about. So, yeah, I know. This is going south. I knew this was going to happen, dude. I knew this was going to happen.
Now listen, how can people follow all your acts and bands and shit? Are you Are you on social media? Facebook,
Facebook.
Instagram.
I do have 2 Facebooks.
Yeah.
My private Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, just Pedro Barbosa Musician on Instagram or Facebook.
Pedro Barbosa musician on
Musician.
Instagram.
Instagram
Okay.
and Facebook.
And Facebook.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't tweet very well. I'm not good with
Very
Twitter.
powerful.
I know, especially in Joburg, dude. It's
Yeah,
like
you've got to.
because I check. Yeah, I do. You tweet? Do you tweet?
Oh, you tweet.
You tweet.
Okay.
You tweet, don't you?
No.
Me neither. Exactly.
No. Shit.
Dude, I can't.
If you guys haven't
I
caught,
don't know what to say
if
on
you guys
Twitter.
haven't caught this guy live, he is hilarious, brilliant, funny, and that's just his music, you know. And then he tells great jokes sometimes.
He's so pretty.
Sometimes.
It's not a joke.
Last
Yeah.
2 questions.
Uh-huh.
If you had to, if the nuclear holocaust came tomorrow and blew the whole Western world up, and you could only take one guitar, but any guitar in the world, off to a desert island, and you had to play that guitar for the rest of your life, what would it be and why?
The John Mayer that you just played
The
me now.
John Mayer Martin.
Definitely do that thing. Sounds like I went to wash my hands. I can't wait to actually go back in there.
You're a Martin nut, eh?
I'm not actually. It's funny enough. You actually. It started with you, you know that, because I remember when I was looking for the acoustics,
Yeah.
and I just researched so much about acoustic, and I came here, and you showed me you showed me the Taylors and stuff like that, and it was my first contact with a Martin,
Yeah.
was through you actually, and it was a full mahogany, I think it was, I can't remember
Would it
now.
have been a DRS2 maybe?
No, it was
No.
was the triple O RS1.
Oh, okay.
That's what it was, because I remember it's small bodies. I like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, and then I had a Tanglewood as well on the side, and I really enjoyed the Tanglewood. It was quite cool. The only thing is, it was a bit of like the Gibson type of shape, so the neck was the old school, like wide and
Yeah,
stuff.
okay.
It was great for soloing, but I didn't dig when it comes to making chords. And I mean,
Yeah.
playing soloing, I don't lead
Yeah.
that much.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, and then I got a spare I got another Martin. I got a spare one just because, dude, you break a string on stage, you want kind of a similar sound. Otherwise, you have to EQ while you're busy. That's.
Mission, yeah.
But I'm not actually. I don't think particularly if I really like a guitar, but I do like mahogany. That's one thing.
Yeah.
I do enjoy the mahogany sound a lot.
Yeah,
That is one tendency that I see that I do have.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then last question. Same desert island, you had to take one album and it can't be a greatest hits.
Oh my.
Come on.
Okay,
5,
I'll tell you
4.
what immediately came to mind to me.
Yeah.
Matchbox 20 Mad Season.
Okay.
I don't know why, that was the first thing that came to mind.
Yeah.
And it was a big album that changed in my perception of music production, actually. I think that's why.
Wow. Yeah, the
Dude, it was
production
like,
on it was
just
superb.
insane, yeah.
Oh, but yeah, fantastic singing, great production, great songs.
Yeah.
Rob
definitely.
Thomas had a massive impact on so many vocalists at that time. Huh?
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, that was to the end of, to me as well. I mean, that was just hectic, dude. It was, yeah. And I think emotionally was also very.
No,
it caught me on a very. All of us, we're all young and falling in love and stuff like that.
Sis, gross. We're out of time.
Thanks so much.
Great to see you again,
too,
bro.
buddy.
Great
Thanks
to
for the
see you.
chat.
Thanks for giving up your valuable time.
Oh, come on.
Have you got a gig now?
No, no,
Okay.
thank God, no.
Okay, we can go dance.
I've got 2 tomorrow, though.
We'll go dance. Guys, that's all for tonight. Thanks for joining in and all the best. Take care. Cheers.